It brings me so much joy to film with ears on and with Disney jewelry. I feel like a true princess. And yeah, that's kind of all it takes. One of the main questions that I get asked pretty regularly in the comment section here on YouTube, in my email, in my DMs, is about traveling to Walt Disney World after weight loss surgery. About 4 months ago, I posted a video with general suggestions and tips for traveling in a post-op bariatric world, but because we are headed to the most magical place on earth, I thought I would make a video dedicated to bariatric life and Disney World since we are this niche community. Sadly, the day that you are watching this, if you're watching it on the day it's released, is the day we are home from our trip. The post-Disney blues are a very real thing, but while I'm in planning mode, I thought I would share with you. So I hope you'll come along and join me as I share delicious top food recommendations for each park, for bariatric patients, as well as the non-scale victories that you can expect to celebrate on your first trip to Walt Disney World, or whatever trip after you have been surgeried. If you are into bariatric world information, travel vlogs, come with me as I eat things, this might be the channel that you need to subscribe to. For pretty much all of August and September, we will be Disney focused, but with a twist, all about weight loss surgery, and I hope that you will join us in this adventure. It is stating the obvious when I tell you that post-op bariatric surgery travel is different from pre-op bariatric surgery travel. And of course, one of those biggest changes, also wildly obvious, is, you guessed it, food. Honestly, I still think that Disney is a food-centric location, but because I am 4 years out of surgery, that's okay with me and my tummy. I am at the stage, and have been at the stage for a while, where I can enjoy like multiple small bites of the same thing or different food items. But when I have clients ask about traveling right away to Disney post-op, I am a little hesitant to recommend that because of the food centricity. There are absolutely preemptive things that you can do in that phase. You can pack your own protein powder or protein bars. You can have Amazon Prime Now through Whole Foods ship down protein shakes or jugs of water for yourself. There are ways to handle it. However, the idea of going to this magical place and then physically and emotionally suffering because of what you're missing out on is not anything I would ever recommend. And there will be some of you who understand this. You may look at this as a test of wills. Can I go? Can I deal with it? And yes, of course you can. You have the willpower. But the question is, why would you want to put yourself through that? Don't torture yourself. I always recommend waiting until your tummy is in maintenance mode phase. So you've worked through clear liquids, mushy, soft, and now you are in I can eat whatever I want phase. You need to be able to know your tummy well enough to know how it will adjust and react to certain size foods, how many bites you can have, what makes it uncomfortable. Like, it needs to settle a little bit before Disney World can probably be fun for you again. This is usually around 8 to 12 weeks, so it's not forever, but know that your planning will need to be adjusted too. Our pre-op trips used to involve at least one sit-down meal in Disney a day, which you know is both very timely but also very expensive, and each meal had an appetizer, a main entree, a dessert, a cocktail. Basically, one meal then had more food in it that I am able to put in my body all day now. Like, we would honestly research multi-course, long leisurely meals for at least once a day. Now that's like a once a trip experience. This has for sure changed. And honestly, while that was an adjustment for me, as someone with the new tummy, this was a way bigger adjustment for my family, particularly my husband, who felt like for a time that he lost his like eating buddy, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't fun to go out to restaurants with for a little while. Now, he doesn't feel that way anymore, and actually it's been healthier for the whole family. And with the exception of Epcot, where we don't do a sit-down meal at all, mostly because we go during the festival seasons, we look for one dinner a day where we can sit in the air conditioning, recap the day, but it doesn't have to be that multi-hour situation of years past. And I have rules about restaurants now, both on property in Disney, but also in my real life at home. I was actually just talking about this during our monthly magic call back in July. I require an ambiance now. I consider myself my family's chief vibe curator, and this is not more true than when we are looking for like a dining experience. I want the restaurant to be a backdrop for the meal. Aside from the menu research, right? The food needs to be stellar. I'm not wasting a bite. I want the restaurant itself to offer something. Is it luxurious and glamorous? Is it a vibe? Is there live music? Is there a view? Like, what's going on in the restaurant to draw me in? Because I know I'm going to be the first one done based on my portion size, and the conversationalist, which I really like, because obviously when I'm sitting with my family, I want to know about their days, their lives, etc. But I want the restaurant to offer something more than just the menu. I feel like it's really nice that we're not silently eating anymore. Like in the past, what would happen is meals would come, everybody would tuck in, and we would be silent for the minutes that we were eating, and then once we were done, we would resume our conversation. Now it's like, take a bite, put your fork down, and we talk in between to elongate the meal, but it's also more social and enjoyable, which is how I think it's probably done in a lot of other places, and maybe this is just my family, but based on what I was witnessing, I don't think we were alone in our silent eating situation. I am very involved in the meal planning portion of planning our Disney trips because I want to make sure that our Disney restaurants check off these boxes too. And because they're in Disney parks, most of the time they do. It's really not hard to find an interesting, engaging, fun, or beautiful restaurant in Disney World. This is the Chelsea checklist, right? I won't eat at a restaurant just for the sake of eating anymore. While we're talking about food, I want to share that I think one of the best things about Disney is how bariatric friendly it is. There are so many food options, and every park offers something that I would consider like small portion friendly. Usually these are on a cart or at a quick service as opposed to a restaurant that's going to have like hearty portion sized meals. Magic Kingdom has the spring roll cart in Adventureland, and while one of the spring roll flavors changes seasonally, the cheeseburger spring rolls are always there. These are a favorite. Yes, they keep going up in price. You get 2 per order, and I always split them with my husband. Certainly they are a little bit greasy, so again, this is not for like an immediate post-op situation, but they're really good and they're packed with protein. I also love Sleepy Hollow, not only for the fact that when you sit outside you have a castle view, but they have an array of interesting waffle choices. Mark and I have shared the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich, which is really good and somehow also manages to be fresh. And then there's a waffle snack that has fruit and Nutella in it that Callie loves too. So it seems like if we get the 2 of those, then we all get to eat bites of everything, and it's a really good meal. Hollywood Studios has really good options too. I absolutely love the Ronto wrap at Galaxy's Edge. I don't usually even like sausage, and there is something about this. It's like crispy and fresh and crunchy and has that savory umami flavor that is so delicious. And on a more traditional level, Woody's Lunchbox has a grilled cheese. We've actually recreated that grilled cheese at home a few years ago. I will leave that video linked here. But that grilled cheese is life-changing, and it is packed with protein in the form of dairy. You need to know if your tummy is going to be sensitive to that. Mine is not, but both Callie and I love that as an option for lunch. Animal Kingdom has cheeseburger pods that are bao buns at Satuli Canteen. It's on the kids menu. It comes with some super spicy homemade chips that are delicious. If you've like been here as an OG friend, you have seen me stuff those chips into a Ziploc bag to bring home for later because I can never eat all the chips and the bao buns. These are, again, packed with protein. They are delicious and they're easy to share, though this is one I don't want to share. I want to be able to eat both. And Epcot is quite literally a world of small bite options. This could be in the form of the country pavilions, or if it's a festival season, it could be booths. We recently got to experience the Food and Wine Festival from 2023. I will leave that most recent video linked here for you as well. But Epcot, I think, is honestly the easiest because it's small bites and walking all day. Are these the absolute healthiest options that you could be choosing? No, absolutely not. But this is also why I recommend waiting a little bit post-op. You could be seeking out grilled salmon, steamed vegetables, all of the things that like we're normally eating at home. But on vacation, I want to eat things that I'm not preparing or don't regularly prepare. So I look for what will work portion-wise in my body, but also what I know my body can tolerate. And that's why waiting a little bit is helpful, because you have these data points. These only come with time. So be patient, it's coming. The adjustment in trip planning and meal planning means that we still do quite a bit of research in terms of the menu. And honestly, I might be more intense about menu research now because I want to know what my options are going to be, and I don't want to waste my time, energy, money in a place that I don't think is going to offer me what I think are like my best bites. And I look forward to it. I want to look forward to my magical dining experiences. Now I prefer to spend my vacations like exploring in the parks, getting in as much park time as possible rather than just sitting in a different restaurant, like restaurant hopping day to day. But this required patience and practice. So it wasn't as if the first time we traveled to Disney post-op, I was this intentional about how I was spending my bites. It took a while. Because I am conscious of my portion sizes, one of my favorite things to do with my family is something that we call progressive meal. This is a top tip Disney strategy. And if you're taking away one thing from this video, I hope this is it. So Mark, Callie, and I, Mark is my husband, Callie is my 7-year-old daughter, we kind of make a list of all of the places where we'd like to eat or what we'd like to eat while we're in the parks. That way, nobody comes home disappointed. And we do all of them, but just for a single course at a time. So let's say we're in Hollywood Studios and I really want a Woody's grilled cheese. Perhaps we start there, we get one grilled cheese, and we each take bites. And then maybe Mark wants a Ronto wrap from Galaxy's Edge. So we head over there and we get one Ronto wrap and we all take bites. And then Callie really wants a Jack Jack Num Num cookie. So we all get a cookie and we all take bites. I usually only take one bite of sweet things. We'll get into that later. But this way, we are spreading out our eating, we're sharing. It's actually a little more cost efficient than getting 3 separate meals at one place and having waste, and we're all getting what we want. I also know many of my bariatric clients and friends have asked for a children's portion size, or they order off the kids menu. Now, some surgery clinics will even give you like a little card that says, "Hi, I've had bariatric surgery. I'm allowed to order off the kids menu." I never had that, but I've also never been denied when I've asked. And recently, my sister traveled to Disney World. She went to Le Cellier in Canada, in Epcot, and at the restaurant was able to order a children's size steak off the kids meal. They didn't even charge her the adult portion, even though she just wanted the smaller item. So it's worth the ask. In general, I find Disney children's menus to be like underwhelming or repetitive, so I don't typically do this. But if there's something that you see on a kid's menu that you really want, just ask. You can try to explain yourself, right? "Hi, I've had bariatric surgery," or you could just ask and see what they say. I don't think there's any harm in asking as long as you're comfortable doing that. Takeaways. Wait until you're in maintenance mode. You need enough data about your stomach, about your hydration, about how much protein you can have at a time in order to go and enjoy food again in Disney. Share everything, You'll save money this way, and you can get in more bites. As I mentioned in a previous video where I was sharing about the updated 2023 Food and Wine Festival menus, I tend to prefer savory bites over sweet. I'm sharing this as a word of caution for you. Dumping syndrome is real, friends. And I am not willing to ruin my day or my outfit by pooping my pants in the hub of Magic Kingdom. When I do indulge in a treat, and you can see the treats I indulged in at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year already, I always share them. I limit myself to like 1 or 2 bites, absolute max, and I don't mix and match treats. So if I'm like, I mean, you probably will never catch me like eating ice cream. The sweetness and dairy of that, we're not friends. But pretend I was like eating a Dole Whip and then had like an ice cream cookie sandwich or a brownie or whatever it is. I am not gonna take 1 bite of each of those things and mix those together. I just can't, my stomach is too sensitive. A lot of what I will do is bring baggy treats with me, especially when like last year we were doing like the Christmas cookie party situation. I did not eat those on the spot. I put them all in a bag and brought them home and ate them over an entire month. So I will bring things home. Don't forget that you can still do that in Disney. Even with Gideon's cookies, they travel well. We've learned that. What do you want to see about weight loss surgery content in Disney parks? If I haven't hit it yet, there's still more to this video to come, but let me know in the comments below. Hot tip for you, your first trip back to Disney or to Disney post-op, plan a slower agenda. Intentionally keeping your trip relaxed and calm will hopefully prevent you from feeling like you're missing out on anything. And if you can, book at a deluxe Disney resort or a moderate. The resorts are so gorgeous, you'll want to spend more time there and you'll be glad to do so because you're paying higher rates. I have lots of resort tours for you to choose from. We have a full Disney World playlist about that, and I have 2 from this past trip for you to check out. And if you can, plan your trip during an Epcot festival where you will be guaranteed small bites. One of the things I am challenged by, and I've mentioned this in every video we've ever talked about traveling somewhere when it comes to Disney, is staying hydrated. And Disney is hot all the time, but particularly in the summer. I bought myself a really cute water bottle, which is 32 ounces. I actually bought one for me and one for Callie to encourage hydration, which really helped this trip. So bringing your own water bottle is helpful. I also boosted my hydration in the weeks prior to leaving. Even just standing outside in Florida will straight up dehydrate you without you even moving. Again, another reason I recommend waiting a while so that you know your hydration levels and how much water you can get in during the day. I also love my 310 Nutrition Hydration Boosters. They're incredibly easy to pack. I will leave their information in the description box below. And for my favorite part, can we please finally talk about non-scale victories? From packing to arrival, you finally get to wear those super cute Pinterest-worthy outfits that you have likely saved to a secret board. Or you save them into a folder on Instagram. You could have worn these in any body, right? It's the confidence to be able to wear them now. So you get to pack your super cute Disney outfits and you get to bring more in your luggage because your clothes are smaller. When you get on the plane, guess who's not squished in by the armrests, right? You don't need a seatbelt extender. You're not squished sitting next to strangers or your family members. You can buckle and not try to hide the fact, let me know if I'm alone here. When I couldn't buckle, I would pretend to buckle and just use my extra clothing to hide it underneath. And that's not safe. But I didn't want to ask for a seatbelt extender. I was too proud and embarrassed. So I would just hide it. Don't have to do that anymore. When you get to MCO, the most magical airport on earth, whatever transportation you take, you can easily navigate in and out of a cab, a car, a bus, whatever it may be. It's easier. And you're not exhausted. Even after a long travel day, you might be tired, but you're not like, my body hurts from carrying my body around. In the parks, you're walking 10,000 plus steps a day. But guess what, sister? You are not tired. Your feet, maybe a little sore, but they don't hurt. You know the kind of hurt I'm talking about, where you have to like ice them, lift them. They don't feel like that anymore. You aren't the slow one. You can keep up with your family, and heck, maybe you are even the pace setter. You can now go from rope drop to the kiss goodnight of fireworks and not feel the need to rest in between and then dread having to get back up again. Do you know that feeling? And you fit on the attractions. Disney is pretty well known for being poo-sized friendly, but not all attractions are created equal. I used to never be able to ride Dumbo with Callie because we didn't fit comfortably in Dumbo's little body, and then when it goes up, you know how it tilts a little? Like I was squishing her or she was squashed into me, and now we can both fit. Flight of Passage and Tron, had it been open then, would have been difficult to fit my body in. In fact, I did get stuck on Flight of Passage once. I was able to ride it, and then when it's supposed to automatically like eject the back off so that you can lean back and get off in Animal Kingdom, the back did not eject, and a cast member had to come over and manually eject it for me, which was humiliating. Now, I don't even think about the ride car vehicles. I just get in line and I know that I'm going to fit in whatever car shows up. And you will too. A big one for me, now you can shop in the parks. No more going online and ordering the 2XL because they didn't have it in stores. Now you get to walk in, try them on, purchase, wear them same day, and that it's likely that your size will just be on the rack, which means I buy a lot more now than just ears and accessories. These non-scale victories are what make bariatric surgery so rewarding for me. And this video is specific to Disney, but I would say that that's true across the board in every aspect of my life. No matter your surgery status or your body size, Walt Disney World is the ultimate magical place, but wow, is it so much easier in a body that fits into things. I hope that you found this video to be informative, helpful, and maybe even a little bit inspiring. If that's the case, will you give it a thumbs up? And I hope you know how much I love you. And in the words of my friend Mickey Mouse, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody.